What's going on, guys? Happy Friday. This is Ryan Knows Tech here from TechInform.us. So we're going to start on the left, go to the right. Probably not going to do much in the drawers. That's a little weird, but we'll see what we're working with here. So the first machine, this is what I use every day. This is the early 2010 13-inch MacBook Pro. You're going to find the 2.6 gigahertz Core 2 Duo in here over the available 2.4. I have done a couple upgrades, nothing too extensive. I put 8 gigs of RAM in it, which has been a pretty good investment so far. If anybody's thinking of that, can't go wrong. I want to put a new hard drive in it. The one that's in it right now is a 320 gig. It's slowly filling up. I have about 180 gig free, but just a couple weeks ago it was like 225. So probably going to put a 500 gig, 7200 RPM drive in, or my thoughts are I'm going to wait for these SSDs to come down and then put like a 256 gig solid state drive or something like that in it. So that's the MacBook Pro. It's in pretty good shape. I don't think there's any dings or scratches or anything on it. Had it since June or May or June. Really nice computer. The one I had before this I traded my parents for, and that was a 13-inch late 2009 or mid 2009 MacBook Pro, the 2.5. So that's the main laptop I use. Moving on over to the right, you're going to find my primary phone. If you don't know or you can't guess what my primary cell phone is, you obviously don't know me very well. That's a 32 gig iPhone 4 in black. I think they're all black. We're still waiting for those white ones. But here it is. A couple people have asked me the durability of this. I may make a separate video about it. We'll touch on it now. As far as scratches, the screen is in remarkably good condition. There are a couple little scratches up here near the earpiece. Nothing you'd ever see on camera or in a good photo. The back is in better shape. There's no scratches on the back. And then the side where the bumper case has been, more evident on the right side of the device, you're going to see that there's a little bit of discoloration. I haven't tried to get that out, but I think it's just from the case kind of rubbing some crap into the screen. But aside from that, that's my main phone. I usually don't use this dock, actually. This is the iPhone 4 dock from Apple. This is about the 4th time I've used it. I have to take the case off to put it in it, so I rarely do. That's my phone. Behind the Mac, just put that down, is the hard drive that I back up every single YouTube video I create on. I've been doing that since December of 2009, so it's only been a couple months, about 10 or 11 months. So it's a terabyte. I think I have about 650 gig available, so I've got a long ways to go before I fill that up. It's 7200 RPM, USB 2.0, HP Simple Save. It's only like $150 or something like that. That is the left speaker to the Bose Companion 2 Series 2 speakers. Remarkable set of speakers. I really like them. They've got great bass. They're only $100. Really well built. Really easy to use with the volume knob. Right here, plug in your headphones from there, and it just uses RCA. It's got 2 RCA inputs in the back and a power cord, and the cord that you plug in is a RCA, as in red and white, right channel and left channel audio, to a 3.5mm headset jack. So that's super easy to just plug in your iPhone, your laptop, your iPad, anything you want to use with that. In the center here is my monitor. This is the Asus VH232H, I think. The 232. Well, at least a 23, meaning it's a 23 display. It's 1080p, 1920 by 1080. Believe it's 120 hertz. I don't know, 10,000 or 20,000 to 1 contrast ratio. It's got HDMI, built-in speakers, SPDIF. Never use most of that stuff. I just use DVI from the Mac, actually. But it's been a great monitor. As far as build quality, I'd like to see something a little bit more Apple-like. I mean, it's just black piano finish plastic. A couple scratches here where I set stuff. It's thin, it's lightweight. Quality is good as far as picture quality, so I'm pretty happy with it. Down below, you're going to find multiple methods of input. That's the Apple Wireless Elite, Apple Wireless Keyboard, the aluminum one. I think it's $70. Really nice keyboard. My only complaint with it is it's not backlit. I'd rather put 2 more batteries in and replace them more often to have these F5 and F6 buttons be backlit. But still pretty good. I've had this since February, I'm going to say, of 2010, and I use it every day, and the keys look really clean. I don't see that they're discolored at all, no finger oil like the MacBook or MacBook Pro keyboards, so I'm really happy with the keyboard. Batteries last a long time, too. Moving over to the right, the Magic Trackpad, not my best investment from Apple. I'm not saying it's not worth it, but it's just not as accurate as a Magic Mouse or even a Mighty Mouse. So, is it worth buying? Yeah, I think it is worth buying. It's a nice device. I'm happy with it. So yeah, it's not too bad. The Magic Mouse is just that much more accurate though. For Photoshop, for design, it's a much better product to use. Obviously, being laser mouse, batteries last a long time. Just a great product. Above the many methods of input, you're going to find a few accessories. This is my Apple mouse. To be honest, I really don't use that much. It was only 20 bucks, I think. But if you do need to use it, it works really well built, really light. Button battery in the back. This is still the one that is relatively new, coming with the new Apple TV. So nice product if you use it. Here's something I never use anymore. My Motorola H680 Bluetooth headset. I got this back when I first got my Samsung M520. That was like 2 years ago. I paid $100 for it. I don't think I've ever used it with the iPhone. So I would imagine that it works. Quality is decent, but they have replaced it with the, I think the H7 or H880. Still a nice device though. I always put my sunglasses here on my monitor stand. These are the sunglasses I unboxed a few weeks ago. The Oakley Radar polarized black iridium lens carbon fiber frames with BMW M5 etched here in the lenses. I really like them. I'm probably going to do a review. Give me a comment down below if you'd like to see a review of these. Definitely go by that to see if I should make one. Keep a pad of paper and a pen here just in case, a phone call comes, need to write something down. There it is. I should probably mention this little thing leaning against the hard drive here. These are my main headphones. These are the Bose in-ear headphones. 120 bucks. There's the mobile version, 135 I think. Alright, over to the right. Again, that's other speaker, and then that's the iPad. Obviously, first generation 16 gig Wi-Fi only. Didn't think I was going to keep this. This really wasn't something I planned on keeping and using as much as I am now. Before iOS 4 on here, I never used this thing. With iOS 4, now I can switch apps and it's faster and multitasking works, and here's a car, tell me what that is, see how many car gurus we have here. As far as physical shape of the device, it's doing pretty well. I've never used a case on it. The screen has several hairline scratches. By hairline, I mean those tiny ones you'd never feel, but you can see if you clean it perfectly and then hold it up to light. The back has done less well, I guess. Here, these two dots randomly appeared. You can't really see them on camera, but they're there. I don't know what they are. They don't come off. It's like it's from the inside. Then here above and below the Apple, that's the thickest point of the device, so when you set it down and it moves a little bit like that, that's where it scratches. So it's not like all dinged up. There's no dents in it. Colt, you're wrong with that. But it is not in perfect shape. I will be selling that when the next generation comes out. Hiding behind the pad is my microphone. I do not use this every day. In fact, I rarely use this because the cord's long and it's kind of a pain to set up compared to my main microphone, which we'll get into in a minute. But this is the Blue Snowball. This is a really high quality microphone. It's a condenser microphone. Back here it uses mini USB or whatever that is to work. It has 3 different settings utilizing the back microphone and or the front microphone. So that's nice if you have someone in front of you and somebody behind you like you do in an interview. Really, really high quality performance. The microphone that I use in 99% of my videos is this little guy here. This is the Blue Snowflake. This is only 50. I think the other one's 100. But this is so easy because it just flips up like that, ultra portable, and it uses, I think that's mini USB in the back to go to the computer. Not as high quality, but it is definitely sufficient, or good enough. Here's my only PC. And I really only use this if I need to upload a large video file, like tonight. This file is going to be about 2 to 3 gig. Hopefully not that big, depending on how I compress it. But I'll use the PC. I don't want to leave the Mac on all night. So I use this. This is the Lenovo ThinkPad Z61T, 4 gigs DDR2, a Core Duo at 2 gigahertz. Windows 7 gives it a 3.2, so it isn't bad, but it's not going to replace my MacBook Pro anytime soon. Good build quality, fingerprint reader, webcam. The Z series was really the media machine with the SD card reader, DVD drive, stuff like that. Pretty solid, but it's not as solid as a aluminum unibody MacBook Pro. So that's just about it. We'll take a look at a couple other pieces of technology that I use quite often. This top left drawer here, this is just full of crap, really. These are all the wires that I use. Here's the wire for the microphone, USB hubs, little Apple gadgets here. You guys know what these are. Ethernet cords, my old mouse, my Bluetooth charging station thing, USB extension, we know what these are. charge the iPad or iPhone, old digital camera, CDs, HDMI cables, all kinds of stuff in there. Moving down, some stuff I use even less often, except for that microphone. The cord to the ThinkPad. This is where I keep most of the documentation to the Macs, the iPhone, stuff like that. That's all in here. Here's the power cord to charge the iPad. This actually is the BMW Onboard Navigation System DVD. This is the one that originally came with my car. Let's see if I can find what year it is. This would be the 1999 version. My car's a 2000. I guess I haven't published the 2000 version. Also have some other BMW documentation in here. But extension cords, microfiber cloths, just stuff that I use on occasion. Down below, stuff I use more often, actually. And that would be a sponge and towels for my car. Alright, nothing technological here. I like to keep this stuff separate from the other stuff for the other cars, but this is all suede and nice stuff for the nice car. Here's where I keep more documentation. Anything I buy, I keep the instructions and all that stuff with it. If I ever go to sell it, it's nice to be able to have the original box and all the original documentation. Yellow folder is all the service history and stuff like that for my car. Good to keep. Title, everything's in here for the car. This middle drawer is where more of the fun stuff lies, and that looks crooked. There it is. But this would be, I keep my bumper in here when I have it docked, extra key. Here is the 500 gig hard drive I use for the Mac to back that up on occasion. Just nice to have, really small, really light. Great product. It's Western Digital Pocket Scorpio, something like that. My main digital camera, well, aside from the iPhone. Before I had the iPhone, I used this. Not a real expensive camera. It's a 10.3 megapixel Kodak M1063, not too bad. Old headphones without the microphone, Bose in-ear. My Toomey adapter, this charges stuff on the go. It's really just a powered USB port. This will charge my iPhone from empty to full about 4 or 5 times on one charge. And it has a little flashlight too. If you press and hold that button, it lights up. I think this is $150. Well worth it, actually. Bose Quiet Comfort 15s. I use these for editing. If it's loud on the house, I'll plug these in. Really nice headphones. Bass is nowhere near as good as the Beats by Dr. Dre, though. Here's my old PC mouse, Logitech MX Performance. Really let me down, I'll be honest. If you leave the thing sit, it goes to sleep, you come back, you're moving it all around for 5 minutes, and then it wakes up. Drives me nuts. Coming on over to the right, really nothing exciting in here, we'll make this quick. But in here I just have the box for the Oakleys, a pocket knife, an old iPod Nano 3rd gen, I think, 8 gig in black that I actually used to use. Information for some reason on a Rolex Datejust. A new iPhone 4 bumper. Whenever mine gets scratched up, I have a replacement. An old Dell. This is a Latitude CPIA I used to have. Never used it. Got it for free, so I thought I'd keep it. Batteries. Nothing exciting. Down below, old PC software. Here's RAM. Anybody wants to buy, this is 1066 megahertz DDR3 RAM. They're 2 gig sticks. Came out of a MacBook Pro, but any DDR3 system, any DDR3 laptop system will use these. Windows 7 is in here. Server, Vista, 2000, all the way back to DOS 4.2, I think. Floppies, DVDs, lots of software, Office. And this is the junk drawer. This is where all the crap resides. There's a flashlight, laptop case, all kinds of garbage that isn't worth anything and that needs to be cleaned out. That's the setup right now, guys. That's pretty much it. My office is my living room. It's nice in here as far as big and open on the wall. You can see I have the Porsche Panamera. There's my camera for the live streams. And there would be the Maserati Gran Turismo, which is signed by Andrea Pininfarina. So that might be worth something someday. But that's it. That's everything I use. If anything changes big, I'll definitely make an update to the video. I would expect the next new piece of hardware, probably, hopefully, at least hopefully, a 27-inch iMac or a 15-inch Core i7 MacBook Pro. So stay tuned to the channel to see all that. Thanks for watching this one, guys. The website, techinform.us, my Twitter, twitter.com/JamesRSchultz. And be sure to catch us live every Tuesday night from 7 to 9 p.m. Eastern Time on ustream.tv/user/techinformus. So have a great weekend. Thumbs up if you liked it, subscribe if you haven't, and I will see you in Monday's video. Great weekend, guys.